Hello, friend. Have you ever noticed how strange time becomes when you're lying here in the dark waiting for sleep? Sometimes, a minute before sleep feels like forever. You close your eyes, you breathe, you wait. And it's like you're suspended in this endless moment, this stretching now that seems to go on and on and on. A minute might feel like 10, 5 minutes might feel like an hour. And then, other times, time collapses completely. You close your eyes for what feels like a second, and suddenly it's morning. Or you drift into a dream that seems to last for hours, days even, only to wake up and discover that only 15 minutes have passed. Time in that space between waking and sleeping becomes fluid, elastic, strange. It bends and stretches and compresses in ways that don't make sense to our logical, daytime minds. But there, in the dark, in that liminal space between consciousness and dreams, it happens every night to all of us. Tonight, we're going to explore this mystery together. We're going to dive into the science of how your brain perceives time and why that perception shifts and warps as you drift towards sleep. We'll explore how dreams create their own temporal reality, where years can pass in moments and moments can stretch into eternity. We'll look at what ancient philosophers and mystics understood about time, about how it's not quite what we think it is. And through all of this, you'll be drifting, floating, experiencing that strange temporal space yourself. Because this isn't just a talk about time, it's an experience of time, of how it feels to let go of the ticking clock, the scheduled day, the measured hours, and sink into something older, something deeper, the timeless time of sleep. So settle in, get comfortable. Let your body find its position for the night. Pull the blanket a little higher. Let your head sink into the pillow. And as we talk about time tonight, you might notice it doing that thing it does, stretching, bending, becoming strange and liquid and dreamlike. And that's perfect. That's exactly what should happen, because we're not trying to understand time with our analytical minds tonight. We're trying to feel it, to experience it, to let it carry us wherever it wants to go. The clocks are melting, the stars are dimming, and time itself is becoming something different, something softer, something gentler, something that flows like water, like breath, like the space between heartbeats. So let's begin this journey together into the strange, beautiful mystery of time and how it dissolves when we close our eyes. So, what is time exactly? It seems like such a simple question. Time is, well, time. Seconds, minutes, hours. The thing that clocks measure, the thing that moves forward, always forward, carrying us from past to future. But here's the strange truth. Time, as you experience it, doesn't exist outside your brain. I don't mean that philosophically, though we'll get to philosophy later. I mean neurologically, scientifically. The experience of time passing, the feeling of duration, the sense that one moment leads to another, all of that is constructed by your brain. There's no time organ in your body, no single place where time is measured or tracked. Instead, your brain creates the experience of time through a complex network of processes spread across multiple regions, all working together to give you the illusion of a steady, predictable flow. And it is an illusion, a very convincing one, but an illusion nonetheless. Your brain is constantly building your experience of time, moment by moment, using information from your senses, your memories, your expectations. It's predicting what comes next, comparing it to what just happened, creating a narrative of before, now, and after. And most of the time, in your normal waking state, this system works beautifully. Time feels stable, reliable, A minute feels like a minute. An hour feels like an hour. But when you're lying here in the dark, starting to drift towards sleep, something changes. The system that creates your experience of time, it starts to shift, to warp, to lose its usual coherence. And that's when time starts to feel strange. Let me explain how this works. Your brain has what neuroscientists call an internal clock. Actually, it has several internal clocks operating at different scales. Some measure milliseconds, important for processing speech and music. Some measure seconds and minutes, important for coordinating actions and understanding events. Some measure longer periods, hours and days, tied to your circadian rhythms. These clocks don't work like the clock on your wall. They work through patterns of neural firing, through oscillations in brain activity, through the accumulation of neural events over time. Think of it like this. Your brain is constantly having experiences, processing information, creating neural patterns. And it uses the density of those patterns, the number of events that occur, as a way of estimating how much time has passed. More experiences, more neural events, more information processing. That feels like more time. Fewer experiences, fewer neural events, less information processing. That feels like less time. This is why time seems to slow down when you're in a new, stimulating environment. Your brain is processing more information, creating more memories, firing more neural patterns. So it feels like more time is passing. And it's why time seems to speed up when you're doing something routine or boring. Your brain is on autopilot, processing less, creating fewer distinct memories. So it feels like less time is passing. Now, what happens when you're lying here, trying to fall asleep? At first, you might be quite alert. Your brain is still active, still processing. You're aware of your body, your breathing, the sounds around you. You might be thinking about your day or about tomorrow. Your internal clock is still running more or less normally. But as you start to drift, things change. Your brain begins to shift into a different mode. The neural oscillations that create your sense of time, they start to slow down. The patterns become less coherent. The connections between different brain regions become less synchronized. And your experience of time, it starts to stretch. A minute might feel like 5 minutes or 10 or an eternity. Because your brain is still processing some information, still having some experiences, still creating some neural events. But it's doing so more slowly, more sporadically. The usual rhythm is disrupted. And without that usual rhythm, without that steady pulse of neural activity to measure against, time becomes elastic, uncertain, strange. You might be lying here right now, listening to these words, and you genuinely might not know if you've been listening for 5 minutes or 20 minutes. The usual markers are gone. Time has become ambiguous. And then, as you drift even deeper, as you approach actual sleep, something even stranger happens. The neural activity that creates your conscious experience of time, it starts to fragment, to dissolve. Entire seconds might pass where your brain is no longer tracking time at all. These are called microsleeps sometimes, though that's not quite accurate. They're more like gaps in consciousness, moments where you're not quite awake, not quite asleep, moments where time isn't happening for you at all. And when you come back from one of those gaps, even briefly, your brain has no record of the time that passed. So it feels like no time passed, or like time jumped forward, or like you've lost track of where you are in the flow of the night. This is why sometimes you can't tell if you've been lying here for 10 minutes or an hour. because your experience of time has become discontinuous, full of gaps, no longer a smooth flow, but a series of islands of awareness separated by dark waters of non-experience. And this is completely normal. This is what happens every night as your brain transitions from waking to sleeping. Your internal clock doesn't just slow down. It starts to break apart, to become unreliable, to stop measuring in any consistent way. And that's actually necessary for sleep to happen, because sleep requires letting go of that vigilant time-tracking consciousness. It requires surrendering to a state where time doesn't matter anymore, where the next moment isn't being predicted or measured or tracked, where you can just float, suspended in a timeless now. There's another layer to this, something even more fascinating. Your brain's sense of time is deeply connected to your attention. What you pay attention to, how much you're focused, how engaged you are, all of this affects your experience of time. When you're intensely focused on something, time often seems to disappear. You look up and hours have passed, but it felt like minutes. This is sometimes called flow state. Your attention is so absorbed that your brain stops tracking time in the usual way. But when you're bored, when you're waiting for something, when you're constantly checking the clock, time crawls. Every minute feels long because you're paying attention to the passage of time itself, which makes your brain create more time-related neural events, which paradoxically makes time feel slower. And here, lying in bed, trying to sleep, you're in a strange middle ground. Part of you wants to pay attention, to track time, to know how long you've been here, especially if sleep isn't coming easily. You might find yourself estimating, it must have been at least 20 minutes now, maybe 30. And that attention to time, it makes time feel longer. It creates more neural events around time tracking, which paradoxically stretches your experience of each moment. But another part of you wants to let go of time completely, wants to stop tracking, stop measuring, stop caring about how long you've been here or how long until you fall asleep. And when you can access that state, even briefly, time starts to dissolve. It becomes irrelevant. You're no longer in clock time, but in something else, something more like being time, where you just are, without past or future, without duration or measurement. And in that timeless state, sleep can finally arrive. So there's this paradox, this strange dance. The more you try to track time, to measure how long you've been trying to sleep, the longer it feels. The more time stretches and becomes uncomfortable. But the more you can let go of time, stop measuring, stop caring, the more it dissolves. And in that dissolution, in that surrender to timelessness, rest finally comes. Your brain is designed to create the experience of time, but it's also designed to let that experience go, to enter states where time isn't relevant anymore, and sleep is one of those states. So as you lie here tonight, you might notice this happening. You might notice time becoming strange, uncertain, elastic, and you can just let it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to track it. You don't have to measure how long you've been here or how long until sleep comes. You can just surrender to the strangeness, to the way time bends and stretches and dissolves in this liminal space. Because that strangeness, that dissolution, that's not a problem. That's not your mind playing tricks on you. That's your brain doing exactly what it needs to do, letting go of its usual timekeeping functions, allowing you to slip out of clock time and into dream time, into the timeless time of sleep. And you can trust that process. You can surrender to it. Time will take care of itself. Your brain knows what to do. All you have to do is let go. Stop tracking, stop measuring, stop caring, and let time become what it wants to become here in the dark, strange, fluid, dreamlike, carrying you gently, slowly, in its own mysterious rhythm toward rest. The clocks are melting, the stars are dimming, and time itself is becoming something you don't have to understand anymore, just something you can float in. Like water, like space, like the endless patient night. Breathe, let go, surrender, and let time take you wherever it needs to take you. So we've explored how time becomes strange as you fall asleep, how your brain's timekeeping systems start to break down, to fragment, to dissolve. But now, let's talk about what happens when you actually cross that threshold, when sleep arrives and dreams begin. Because if time is strange in the falling asleep process, it becomes absolutely surreal in dreams. In dreams, time doesn't just bend, it shatters completely. It becomes something else entirely. You've experienced this, I'm sure. You've had dreams that felt like they lasted for hours, maybe even days, only to wake up and discover that you'd only been asleep for 20 minutes. Or you've had dreams where years seemed to pass, where you aged, where you lived entire lifetimes. And then you woke up and only one REM cycle had completed. 90 minutes of real time for years of dream time. How is this possible? How can your brain create the experience of so much time passing when so little actual time has elapsed? The answer is both simple and deeply mysterious. In dreams, your brain is no longer bound by the constraints of real-time processing. When you're awake, your brain has to process information as it comes in real time. You see something, and your brain processes it. You hear something, and your brain interprets it. There's a direct connection between external events and internal experience, and that connection unfolds in real time. But in dreams, there are no external events. There's no sensory information coming in that needs to be processed in real time. Instead, your brain is generating the entire experience internally, creating a simulation, a virtual reality built entirely from memory, imagination, and neural noise. And in that self-generated reality, time can work however your brain decides it should work. Your brain can create the experience of walking down a long hallway, and it might simulate every step, every moment of that walk, which would take time in the dream. Or it might simply skip to the end of the hallway, with your dream self having the memory of walking, but without actually experiencing the duration. Or it might create a sense that hours have passed, simply by implanting the feeling of time passing, without actually simulating all those hours in detail. Think of it like editing a movie. In a film, you can show a character walking into a building, then cut to them sitting in a room, and the viewer understands that time has passed. They walked through the building, found the room, sat down. But you didn't have to show every second of that. You just implied it. Dreams work similarly, but even more fluidly. Your brain can imply vast amounts of time passing with just a feeling, just a sense, without actually generating all the moment-to-moment experience. Or, conversely, your brain can generate an incredibly detailed moment-by-moment experience that feels like it's taking a long time, and pack all of that into a very brief period of actual neural activity. Because in dreams, the frame rate of consciousness can change. The density of experience can vary wildly. Sometimes dream experiences are sparse, vague, more like impressions than detailed experiences, and those tend to feel brief. But sometimes dream experiences are incredibly rich, detailed, vivid, full of sensory information, emotional content, narrative complexity. And those tend to feel much longer, even if they're occurring in the same amount of clock time. It's like, imagine you're watching two videos, both 1 minute long. One video is a static shot of an empty room, 1 minute of real time, 1 minute of experience time. Time feels normal, but the other video is a rapid montage of hundreds of images, scenes, moments, all flashing by in that same 1 minute. 1 minute of real time, but it feels like more. It feels dense, packed with experience. Dreams can be like that, incredibly dense with experience, with memory, with sensation, with narrative. And that density creates the feeling of extended time, even though the actual neural processing is happening much faster than real time. There's also something else happening in dreams, something related to how your memory works. When you're awake, you're constantly forming memories of your experiences. Not every single moment gets stored as a distinct memory, but there's a fairly continuous process of encoding what's happening into short-term and then potentially long-term memory. And later, when you remember a period of time, your brain estimates the duration based partly on how many distinct memories you have of it. Remember that vacation that felt like it lasted forever? That's partly because you are having new experiences constantly, forming lots of distinct memories. When you look back on it, all those memories make it feel like a long period of time. Remember that routine week at work that seemed to fly by? That's partly because you were on autopilot, not forming many distinct memories. When you look back on it, the lack of distinct memories makes it feel brief. Dreams exploit this same mechanism. A dream can implant what feels like multiple distinct memories. You might dream of a conversation, then a journey, then another conversation, then a discovery, then a conflict, then a resolution. Your brain can create the experience of these as separate events, separated by time, even though they're all being generated in a continuous flow of dream consciousness. And when you wake up, you have these multiple distinct memory-like impressions. And your brain interprets that as meaning that significant time must have passed in the dream, because multiple distinct events happened, even though in real time it might have only been a few minutes. Your dreaming brain is essentially editing your memories in real time, creating a sense of temporal flow that doesn't correspond to actual time at all. And sometimes, dreams can even create the explicit sense that time has passed without creating any memories of what happened during that time. You might dream that you went to sleep in the dream and woke up the next day. You didn't experience the sleep, but your dream self has the sense that time passed, that it's now the next day. Or you might dream that you haven't seen someone in years, and that sense of years is just there, implanted. Your dream self feels like years have passed since you last saw this person, even though the dream itself might have only been going on for minutes. This is the fluid, liquid nature of dream time. It can expand, contract, skip, jump, layer, and loop in ways that would be impossible in waking reality. And it's one of the most beautiful, surreal aspects of dreams. In dreams, you can live entire lifetimes. You can experience years in minutes. You can be a child and an adult simultaneously. You can relive memories and imagine futures and exist in impossible timelines where past and present and future all blend together. Time in dreams is closer to how time exists in memory or in imagination or in story. It's narrative time, emotional time, symbolic time, not clock time, not measured time, but something older, something more primal. The way humans experienced time before we had clocks, before we divided the day into hours and minutes and seconds. Time is flow, time is rhythm, time is the unfolding of events and feelings and meanings. And every night when you dream, you return to that kind of time. You leave behind the tyranny of the clock, the schedule, the deadline, and you enter a space where time is whatever it needs to be for the dream's purpose, where a moment can last forever if it needs to, where years can pass in a blink if that serves the dream's narrative. It's liberating in a way. Even if you don't consciously remember most of your dreams, your brain gets to experience this freedom every night. This escape from the rigid structure of waking time. And maybe that's part of why we need to dream. Why evolution has preserved this strange state where we spend hours each night in elaborate hallucinations. Maybe we need to experience time differently. We need to escape the relentless forward march of clock time and return, periodically, to a more fluid relationship with time. To remember that time isn't quite as fixed as it seems during the day, that it's more mysterious, more malleable, more dreamlike than we usually acknowledge. As you drift tonight, as you slip from waking into dreaming, you'll make that journey from clock time into dream time. And in dream time, anything is possible. You might dream for what feels like hours and wake to find only minutes have passed. Or you might sleep through hours of real time that feel, in memory, like they contained only brief flashes of dream. You might experience impossible timelines where you're young and old, where the past comes after the future, where a single moment contains multitudes. And all of that is your brain's natural ability to generate experience that transcends the usual rules of time. It's not random, it's not meaningless. It's your consciousness exploring the full range of what time can be, of what experience can be. So don't worry about how long you've been lying here. Don't worry about how long until sleep comes, or how long you'll sleep, or what time you'll wake up. Those are clock time concerns, and you're leaving clock time behind. You're entering the realm where time is fluid, where it serves the experience rather than constraining it, where you can rest for what feels like a moment or a lifetime, where dreams can take you on journeys that span eons or single heartbeats, where time finally stops being something you have to manage or measure or worry about and becomes something you can simply experience in all its strange, surreal, dreamlike beauty. The clocks are melting, the stars are dimming, and time is becoming what it always truly was, a dream, a construct, a story we tell ourselves. And tonight, you get to let that story go. You get to enter a different story, one where time doesn't rule you, one where you're free, free to float, free to drift, free to let hours feel like moments and moments feel like hours, free to simply be. In the eternal now of dream, in the timeless space of sleep, let go of time, let it dissolve, let it carry you wherever it wants to go. You don't need to understand it, you don't need to track it, you just need to surrender to it and let it take you home, to that place beyond time, where rest awaits. We've explored the neuroscience of time perception, how your brain creates and then dissolves your sense of time as you fall asleep. We've journeyed into dreams, where time becomes fluid and surreal. But now, let's step even further back, further into the mystery. Because humans have been thinking about time for as long as we've been human. And some of the deepest insights about time come not from laboratories and brain scans, but from philosophers and mystics who pondered the nature of time itself. People who asked, what is time really? Is it real? Is it an illusion? What lies beyond time? What is eternity? And their answers, they're surprisingly relevant for us here tonight, lying in the dark, experiencing time becoming strange. Because what they discovered through contemplation and meditation and deep inquiry, is that our normal experience of time isn't the whole story, that there's something else, something deeper, something that exists beyond time, or beneath it, or within it, something eternal. Let's start with the ancient Greeks. They had two words for time, two different concepts. There was chronos. Chronos is chronological time, sequential time, the time of clocks and calendars, one moment after another, in a line, moving forward, past, present, future. This is the time we're most familiar with, the time that structures our days, the time we measure and track and schedule around. But then there was Kairos, and Kairos is different. Kairos is the right time, the opportune moment, the time that's full of meaning and possibility. It's not about duration or measurement. It's about quality, about significance. Kairos is the time when something meaningful happens, the time when you meet the right person, the time when insight strikes, the time when everything aligns. It's time experienced not as a quantity, but as a quality, not as duration, but as depth. And the Greeks understood that human life exists in both kinds of time. We live in chronos, yes. We have schedules and appointments and deadlines. We age chronologically. We measure our lives in years. But we also live in kairos, the moments that matter, the experiences that define us, the eternal present of deep meaning. And here's what's interesting for us tonight. Sleep, and especially the process of falling asleep, is a transition from chronos to kairos. You leave behind clock time. You stop tracking minutes and hours. You enter a state where time is measured not by duration, but by depth, by the quality of rest, by the profundity of dreams. You enter Kairos, the eternal now. The ancient Hindu and Buddhist traditions had similar insights, approached from a different angle. In these traditions, there's the understanding that ordinary time, the time we experience in our daily waking lives, is part of what they call Maya, illusion. Not that it's completely unreal, but that it's not the deepest reality. It's a construction, a way of organizing experience, but not the fundamental truth. The deeper truth they taught is that everything is happening in an eternal now. Past and future are mental constructs, memory and anticipation. But what actually exists, all that actually exists, is this present moment. And within this present moment, if you go deep enough, if you quiet the mind enough, you can touch something timeless, something that was never born and will never die, something eternal. They called it different names in different traditions: Brahman, Buddha nature, the Tao, the eternal self. But the core insight was the same. Beneath the surface of time, there is timelessness. Beneath the flow of change, there is something unchanging. Beneath the chaos of temporal existence, there is eternal peace. And meditation, in these traditions, is partly about accessing that timelessness, sitting still, quieting the mind, letting go of thoughts about past and future, and resting in the eternal present moment. Sound familiar? It's not so different from what you're doing right now. Lying still, letting go of the day, letting go of tomorrow, trying to rest in this moment, just this moment, without the usual mental time travel of worry and planning and remembering. Sleep, in a way, is a form of meditation, a return to timelessness, a nightly practice of letting go of temporal consciousness and touching something eternal. The Christian mystics had their own understanding of this. They distinguished between time and eternity. Time, they said, is the realm of change, of mortality, of separation. It's where we live as embodied beings, moving from birth toward death, experiencing life as a sequence of moments. But eternity isn't just time stretching on forever. It's not infinite duration. It's something qualitatively different. It's outside of time altogether. It's the eternal, now where God exists, where all moments exist simultaneously, where past and future collapse into a single, radiant present. And the mystics discovered, through prayer and contemplation, that it's possible to touch eternity even while living in time. To have experiences where time seems to stop, where you're lifted out of the temporal flow and given a glimpse of the eternal. They called these moments mystical experiences, but we might recognize them as moments of profound peace, profound presence, where clock time stops mattering and you're just here, fully here, in a now that feels infinite. And again, sleep offers something similar, not mystical in the religious sense necessarily, but certainly a nightly dissolution of temporal consciousness, a return to something that feels eternal. When you're in deep sleep, especially in the dreamless stages, there's no time, no sense of duration, no before or after, just being, just existence without temporal markers. And when you wake up, you can't really say how long that deep sleep lasted based on how it felt, because it didn't feel like any duration at all. It was timeless. 8 hours might have passed, but from the inside, it might as well have been 8 seconds or 8 minutes or eternity, because you were briefly outside of time. The medieval Islamic philosophers, particularly the Sufis, had beautiful insights about time as well. They spoke of the eternal present and the idea that each moment contains all of time. That if you fully inhabit a single moment, fully experience it with complete presence, you're actually touching eternity. Because that moment, that present now, is all that ever really exists. The past exists only as memory, which is happening now. The future exists only as anticipation, which is happening now. Everything always is now. And if you can fully be in that now, without leaning into past or future, you've transcended time. You're living in eternity, even while time continues to flow around you. They practice this through meditation, through prayer, through dance. The whirling dervishes are one example, but also through everyday presence, being fully present to the taste of food, the warmth of sun, the face of a friend. And again, for us tonight, there's a parallel. As you lie here, the invitation is the same. Be fully present to this moment, not yesterday's moment, not tomorrow's moment, just this one. This breath, this sensation of the blanket, this sound of ambient calm, this experience of existing right now, right here. And in that full presence, time loses its grip. You're no longer in the tyranny of chronos, of clock time, of the schedule and the countdown and the measurement. You're in kairos, in the eternal now, in the timeless moment that is always here, beneath all the time-bound thoughts and worries. The ancient Taoists had a lovely phrase, wu wei, often translated as non-doing or effortless action. Wu wei is about aligning yourself with the natural flow of things, rather than forcing or striving. It's about letting things happen in their own time, their own rhythm, rather than imposing your will on them. And they understood that life has its own timing. Seeds sprout when they're ready. Flowers bloom when they're ready. Winter becomes spring in its own time, not when we want it to. And humans, they taught, need to learn to work with that natural timing rather than against it. Sleep is the perfect example of Wu Wei. You can't force sleep. The more you try to make it happen, the more you try to control when it arrives, the more it eludes you. Sleep comes in its own time, in its own rhythm. When your brain and body are ready, when the conditions are right, Your job isn't to make it happen. Your job is to allow it, to create the conditions for it, and then to trust the natural process, to trust the organic unfolding of your body's wisdom. And that requires letting go of clock time, of the anxiety about how long it's taking, of the impatience for it to arrive. It requires entering what the Taoists called the timeless time, the state where you're no longer counting minutes, no longer measuring duration, no longer caring about how long anything takes, just trusting, just allowing, just being with what is as it is. And in that state of wu-wei, of not doing, of allowing, sleep often comes more easily because you've stopped blocking it with your effort, with your time consciousness, with your impatience. You've surrendered to timelessness. And in timelessness, sleep is free to arrive. All of these ancient traditions from all over the world, from different cultures and different centuries, they all point to something similar. Time, as we normally experience it, is not the whole truth. It's a useful convention, a way of organizing experience, but it's not ultimate reality. Beneath time or beyond time or within the deepest present moment, there's something else, something eternal, something that doesn't change or move or age. And it's possible to touch that, to experience that, not just in rare mystical moments, but in everyday experience, if we know how to let go of our usual time-bound consciousness. And sleep, that nightly journey we all take, is one of the most accessible ways to touch timelessness. Every night, you die to time and are reborn into eternity. Every night, you let go of Chronos and enter Kairos. Every night, you leave the world of measurement and control and enter the world of organic unfolding and natural rhythm. Every night you practice what the mystics practiced, what the philosophers sought, what the sages taught. You let go, you surrender, you trust, you enter the timeless. And maybe that's part of why sleep is so healing, so necessary, so profound. It's not just physical rest, it's temporal rest. It's a rest from the burden of existing in time, of tracking time, of being ruled by time. It's a return to something older than clocks, older than calendars, older than the human concept of measured time, a return to the eternal now. The timeless presence, the infinite moment that is always here, always available, always waiting beneath the surface of our time-bound thoughts. As you lie here tonight, you're making that return, that journey from time into timelessness. And you don't have to understand it philosophically. You don't have to believe any particular tradition or teaching. You just have to feel it, experience it, let it happen. Let go of clock time. Let go of the question of how long you've been here or how long until sleep comes. Let go of past and future. Let go of the story of your life unfolding in time and rest just for now in the eternal present, in this breath, in this moment, in this experience of being here, now, beyond time. The ancient wisdom is your wisdom too. The timeless truth is available to you right now, right here. Not as an idea, as an experience, as a felt sense of something vast and eternal and peaceful, holding you, surrounding you, being you. You are not just a being moving through time from birth to death. You are also, underneath that, something timeless, something that was never born and will never die, something eternal. And sleep is the nightly reminder of that truth, the nightly return to that reality. So rest in that tonight, rest in the eternal, rest in the timeless, and let time take care of itself. It will, it always does. While you rest in what's beyond time, in what's always here, in what's always now, the clocks have melted completely. The stars are barely glowing, and time itself has dissolved into something else, something you don't have to name, something you don't have to understand, just something you can rest in, forever and for just this moment, both at once. Because in the timeless, there's no difference. Eternity and now are the same thing, and you're there. You've always been there. You're just remembering, just returning home to the timeless place you never really left. Breathe, rest, let go, and be eternal, just for tonight. And so, here we are, deep into the night now, deep into this journey through time and timelessness. We've explored so much together, how your brain creates time and how it lets that creation dissolve, how dreams build their own temporal realities, strange and surreal and beautiful, how the ancient wisdom traditions understood that time is not quite what it seems, that beneath it lies something eternal. But now we're done with exploring, done with understanding, done with thinking. Now we're just going to be here, together, in the timeless space we've found. You don't need to listen closely anymore. You don't need to follow the words. They'll just be here, soft and slow, like the ambient sounds, like the cosmic flow around you. You can drift, you can float, you can let go completely. There's no time here anymore, no measurement, no tracking, no counting. Just the eternal now, the infinite present, the moment that never ends because it never really began. And you're floating in that moment, suspended in it, held by it, like you're floating in space, in the vast, dark, gentle space between stars, where there are no clocks, no days or nights in the usual sense, just the slow cosmic rhythm of things, the turning of galaxies, the pulse of distant suns. And you're part of that, part of the cosmos, part of the eternal dance. Your breath is the breath of the universe. Your heartbeat is the heartbeat of stars. Your existence is woven into the fabric of eternity. And time is just a dream you're waking up from, a story you told yourself during the day. But now, here, in the night, in the dark, in the timeless, that story can end. You don't need to be in time anymore. You can just be beyond time, outside time, in the eternal that holds all time within it but is not bound by it. And it's so peaceful here, so quiet, so restful. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to worry about. Just this, just now, just being. And your body knows this peace. Your body remembers. It's made of atoms that are billions of years old, that were forged in stars, that have existed through eons. Your body is ancient, eternal, part of the timeless matter of the universe, and it can rest in that knowing, can settle into that truth, can let go of the temporary, time-bound identity of being this particular person at this particular time, and just be matter, be energy, be the universe experiencing itself for a moment, for eternity, both the same. Let your breath slow, let it find its own rhythm, the rhythm of deep rest, of profound peace, in and out. So slow now, so gentle, like the breath of the cosmos itself, expanding and contracting, being and becoming, time and timelessness all at once. And you can rest in that breath. Let it carry you, let it hold you. There's nothing to figure out, nothing to understand, nothing to achieve or accomplish. You've already arrived. You're already home. You've always been home. In the eternal now, in the timeless present, in the peace that was never born and will never die. And sleep is waiting here, in this timeless place, not as something in the future, not as something you have to reach for or strive toward, but as something that's already here, already present, already surrounding you, permeating you, ready to embrace you. All you have to do is Let go. Let go of the last threads of time consciousness. Let go of wondering how long you've been here or how long until sleep comes. Let go of time itself and fall, not into sleep exactly, but into timelessness, into the eternal, into the vast, soft, gentle, now that has no beginning and no end. And in that falling, that surrender, that letting go, sleep will find you. Or you'll find sleep. Or you'll realize you've been sleeping all along. In a way, dreaming this whole journey, this whole life, this whole experience of time. And now you're waking up into the deeper dream, the eternal dream, the dream that never ends. Or maybe it's not a dream at all. Maybe it's the only thing that's real. This timeless peace, this infinite now, and everything else, all the time-bound concerns and worries and schedules, those were the dream. And you're waking up from them into this, into peace, into rest, into eternity. Let go, let go, let go. The clocks have melted into liquid light, the stars have dimmed to the faintest glow, and time has completely dissolved. There is no time. There is only this, only now, only the eternal present moment. And you're here. You've always been here. You'll always be here. Because here is the only place that exists. Now is the only time that exists. Everything else is memory or imagination. Everything else is story. But this is real. This peace, this presence, this timeless now. Rest here, be here, let yourself fully arrive. You're home. You've always been home. Welcome home. And now, we just drift together, in the timeless, in the eternal. No more words needed, just presence, just being, just the slow, gentle flow of existence without beginning, without end. Your breath, so soft now, barely there, in and out, in and out, the rhythm of eternity, the pulse of the cosmos, and you're part of it, inseparable from it, one with it, nothing to do, nothing to be, just this, just now. Sometimes a thought might arise, like a ripple on still water, and that's okay. Let it arise, let it pass, like a wave, like a breath. You don't have to engage with it, you don't have to follow it, just watch it appear. Watch it disappear, back into the timeless stillness. Everything arises, everything passes, only the stillness remains, only the eternal now, only this, only peace. Your body is so heavy now, so relaxed, so at rest, sinking into the bed, into the earth, into the cosmos itself, held by gravity, held by the universe, held by something vast and loving and eternal. You're safe here, so safe. Nothing can harm you in the timeless, nothing can disturb you in the eternal. You're beyond reach, beyond time, beyond change, just resting, just being, just here. The boundaries are dissolving now, between you and the bed, between you and the room, between you and the night. You're becoming spacious, vast, infinite, not separate anymore, not isolated, not alone, part of everything, connected to everything, one with everything, the eternal consciousness, the cosmic awareness, the infinite being. That's what you are. That's what you've always been. And you can rest in that truth, rest in that vastness. You are not small, not limited, not bound by time or space. You are infinite, eternal, boundless. And you can just be that for a while, for forever. Same thing. Sleep is here now, all around you, inside you, waiting. Not as something separate, not as something to reach for, but as what you are, as where you are, as this moment itself. You're already sleeping in a way. already dreaming, already gone, into the vast, soft darkness, into the eternal night, into the timeless rest. And you can let yourself fully go now, fully surrender, fully dissolve into sleep, into peace, into eternity. There's no difference anymore. They're all the same thing, all the same timeless, peaceful, gentle now. And you're there. You've arrived. Welcome home. Let go of even these words. Let them fade. Let them become just sound, just vibration. Let go of listening. Let go of being awake. Let go of knowing you're here. Just let go completely, totally, absolutely, into the darkness, into the silence, into the peace, into sleep, into eternity, into yourself, the deepest self, the truest self, the eternal self. That was never born. That will never die. That simply is. Always, forever, now. Rest there, be there, stay there, forever. And just for tonight, same thing. Because time doesn't exist here, in this place, in this eternal now. Only peace exists, only rest, only home. And your home, finally, at last, always, in and out, so slow, so soft, so gentle. The breath of eternity, the rhythm of the cosmos, the pulse of peace. And you're breathing it, being it, one with it. Nothing separate, nothing apart, nothing but this breath, this moment, this eternal now, where everything is okay, where everything is perfect, where everything is exactly as it should be, including you, especially you, always you, perfect, complete, whole, eternal, resting, sleeping, being, in the timeless, in the peace, in the vast, gentle dark. Home, safe, free. The stars are gone now. The clocks are gone. Even the words are fading. Just silence, just stillness, just the eternal peace. And you, floating in it, part of it, being it. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to remember, nothing to know, just being, just peace, just this. Forever, now, always. And if you're still here, still aware, still listening, that's perfectly okay. There's no wrong way to be here, no wrong way to rest. You can be awake, you can be asleep, you can be somewhere in between. All of it is okay. All of it is rest. All of it is home. Because the eternal doesn't care about the details, doesn't care about the form. It just holds you, loves you, accepts you exactly as you are, awake or asleep, here or gone, conscious or dissolved. All of it is welcome. All of it is peace. All of it is eternal. So just be. However you are, wherever you are, whatever you are, it's all okay. It's all perfect. It's all exactly right. You're exactly right now, right here, right as you are. And you can rest in that. Rest in the perfection of this moment. Rest in the eternal acceptance. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to improve. Just this, just now, just being. In the timeless, in the eternal, in the peace that passes understanding. Home, always home, forever home. Breathe. If you're still breathing, if you're still here, just breathe. So soft, so slow, so gentle. Let each breath be a letting go. Let each exhale be a dissolution. Let each inhale be a return to peace. In, letting go. Out, dissolving. In, peace. Out, rest. Over and over, so gentle, so natural, so easy. Until the breath breathes itself, until you don't even know if you're breathing or being breathed, until there's no difference between you and the breath, between you and the peace, between you and the eternal, until there's just this, just being, just the infinite now. And you can rest there, stay there, be there for as long as you need, which might be forever, which might be just this moment. Same thing, in the eternal, in the timeless, in the now that never ends. And somewhere in this gentle drift, somewhere in this timeless float, sleep will find you, or has already found you, or was never separate from you to begin with. And you'll slip, or have already slipped, or are eternally slipping, into dreams, into rest, into the deep healing darkness of sleep. And time will do whatever time does in that place. It will stretch, it will bend, it will dissolve, and you won't care, won't track, won't measure. You'll just be. In whatever time means in dreams, in whatever time means in sleep, which is not clock time, not measured time, not the time of the waking world, but dream time, sleep time, eternal time, no time. All of it true, all of it happening, all of it you. Dreaming the universe, being the cosmos, resting in eternity, for a moment, for a night, for forever. I'll be here, in the silence, in the background, part of the ambient peace, and you'll be there, wherever there is, in sleep, in dreams, in the eternal now, and we'll drift together, in the timeless, in the vast, gentle dark, until morning, until you wake, until time starts again. But that's so far away, so unimportant, so irrelevant. Right now, there's only this, only now, only the eternal peace, and you're in it, part of it, being it, safe, held, home, forever. Rest well, dear friend, rest in the eternal, rest in the timeless, rest in the peace that has no beginning and no end. You're okay. You've always been okay. You'll always be okay, because you're eternal, like the stars, like the cosmos, like the infinite now. And nothing can touch that, nothing can harm that, nothing can disturb that. You're safe, forever safe, eternally safe, in the timeless, in the peace, in the vast, loving dark. Sleep now, dream now, be now, in the eternal, in the infinite, in the now, forever. And just for tonight, both true, both real, both you, rest, peace, home.